July 3rd, 2009. In Newark Airport, New Jersey, a quiet Russian man steps off a plane from Chicago. Within seconds, FBI agents surround him. He's handcuffed, his laptop is seized, and the agents say 6 words that would send shockwaves through Wall Street. "You stole Goldman Sachs' secret code." This wasn't a traitor. He didn't steal money. He allegedly stole time, or rather code that controlled time. Code that made Goldman Sachs billions of dollars every millisecond. What followed was one of the strangest cases in modern financial history. It was a mix of secrecy, technology, and billion-dollar paranoia. A case so bizarre, it collapsed twice, and the man at the center of it walked free. But who was he? And what exactly did he steal? This is the story of Sergey Aleynikov, the programmer who terrified Wall Street. Sergey wasn't a criminal. He wasn't even from finance. He was born in the Soviet Union, a quiet, brilliant kid obsessed with mathematics and computers. After the USSR collapsed, he immigrated to the United States in the 1990s, chasing opportunity. He had no Ivy League degree, no Wall Street connections, just raw genius. He worked at Bell Labs, a legendary research center known for inventing the transistor, the laser, and Unix operating system. Then came a call from Goldman Sachs. They were building something new, something revolutionary, and they wanted him. To understand what Sergey built, you first need to understand high-frequency trading. Imagine this. Every time someone buys or sells a stock, thousands of computer programs are competing to react, all within tiny fractions of a second. In this world, speed means money. Even being a few milliseconds faster can make or lose millions of dollars. This isn't normal investing. It's more like a speed race, a kind of financial warfare. And in this secretive world, Goldman Sachs was the champion. Their trading programs ruled the market, making thousands of trades every second and taking advantage of tiny price changes before anyone else could. At the center of it all was the code that Sergey Aleynikov helped create. So Sergey's job is to optimize it, to make it faster, smarter, and more efficient. This was Goldman's crown jewel, the invisible weapon that kept them ahead of every competitor. The code was so secret that only a handful of engineers could even access it. And one of them was Sergey Aleynikov. By 2009, Sergey was earning around $400,000 a year, which is impressive, but it was a fraction of what his code was generating. He saw the bonuses traders got, people who barely understood the tech behind the trades. So when a new startup called Teza Technologies offered him a higher salary and a chance to build something from scratch, he accepted. But before leaving Goldman, he made a fateful choice. He copied parts of the high-frequency trading system he'd helped build, not to sell it, not to leak it, but allegedly to use it as reference for his new job. That one decision would destroy his life. In June 2009, Sergey uploaded over 1,000 files of Goldman's trading system to a private server in Germany. He used an encrypted channel to move the files discreetly. He then downloaded small portions back to his work computer and even printed snippets for later reference. He deleted the transfer logs, or so he thought. He missed a few. Within days, Goldman's security team noticed unusual network activity. They traced it, and they panicked. They realized what he had accessed. Code that controlled billions in trades. If that system got out, competitors could replicate their strategy. Goldman's market advantage would be gone. The stakes were astronomical. So executives were called, the FBI, the Department of Justice, and the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York. This wasn't just a breach. It was treated like a national security emergency. Because in Wall Street's eyes, this code was the crown jewels of American capitalism. In July 3rd, 2009, Sergey lands in Newark Airport after visiting his new employer in Chicago. He's calm, jet-lagged, thinking about his family. Suddenly, agents rush in. FBI, don't move! They drag him from the plane. Handcuffed in front of stunned passengers, they seize his laptop, hard drives, and phone. They interrogate him for hours, and when they asked, "Did you steal Goldman's code?" He said softly, "I took my own work." The U.S. government comes down hard. But there's one problem. No one in the courtroom understands the technology. Prosecutors treat the code like stolen gold. The jury is overwhelmed by what they were saying. So the judge compares algorithms to trade secrets. And Sergey is convicted under the Economic Espionage Act, which is a law meant for stealing physical goods, not software. He is sentenced to 8 years in federal prison. But then, something unexpected happened. The appeals court looked at the case again and overturned the conviction. They said the code wasn't a physical product that moved across states. In legal terms, it wasn't transported. It just existed as data. Because of that, the whole case fell apart, and Sergey walked free. But it wasn't over. New York State prosecutors step in. They charge him again, this time under state laws. He's convicted again. Then, in 2012, the state's highest court throws the case out again. Why? Because source code isn't tangible property. The law couldn't keep up with technology. After 3 years of chaos, Sergey Aleynikov was finally and permanently a free man. To this day, nobody knows the full truth. Did Sergey keep a copy? Did Tesla Technologies ever use the code? Did Goldman overreact? Or did they use the FBI to make an example out of him, to scare others from leaving? Even the judge admitted, it's clear that the government doesn't understand what this man did. Some say Sergey was naive. Others say he was framed by a system that protects the powerful. One thing's certain, Wall Street learned that information, not money, is its most dangerous weapon. Today, Sergey lives quietly in New Jersey. He never returned to finance. He works as a software engineer, far away from the spotlight. No interviews, no public appearances, just silence. Goldman Sachs, meanwhile, continues to dominate global markets. The case is barely mentioned in their history. But deep down, Wall Street remembers the moment a single programmer, armed with nothing but code, brought their most powerful bank to its knees. In a world where every microsecond means millions, sometimes the most dangerous weapon isn't money, it's knowledge. And that's what Sergey Aleynikov stole. Or maybe he never stole anything at all. If you find this video interesting, make sure to subscribe, where we will uncovering more stories like this. Until then, stay safe.